Cancer, how you doing, guys? So I decided that I can't just leave some star signs and do the others, so we are going to do your reading. Your weekly reading is over on Patreon already, and you can find that link provided below for you guys. We'll be on the silver tier or the gold tier, but we're going to look into any messages where you feel as if you're possibly left in the dark of, any kind of answers that you may want, and then we're going to clarify them, okay? So let's see. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, or Life Path 7. So let's see, any messages that you've got for Cancer, please, this week, please. Any messages that you've got for Cancer? Scott, I'm also hearing Scotland. Someone from Scotland, or the name's Scott, Sarah, Sassy, Steve, Cassandra, casino, something to do around gambling, maybe. Someone might work at a casino, or Sharon, or Stone, or someone from Australia. But yeah, I'm hearing like something to do around casino, gambling and money. Something to money being a main focus around your energy at the moment. Concerned is also what I'm picking up. Like, I have a few money concerns. Maybe not earning as much as what you hoped or what you first thought. Okay. That I'm kind of like hoping for a big windfall of some kind, but it may not be as much as what I first thought. Okay, so Spirit is saying that some of you may be looking for an inheritance or some kind of money that you've got coming in at the end of the month, or like an inheritance of some kind or something like that. Okay, and they're saying that it may not be what you first thought that it might be. Okay, so it's like a financial offer. If any of you out there have been looking for a financial offer or an offer at all in some kind, or Maynard, but like you've been looking for an offer, it might not be the one that you first thought. If I say not, you say Pisces swinging on a tree. So it could have something to do around a Piscean for a lot of you, or a Life Path 3. Okay, especially if there's something around like gambling and money and taking a risk and needing like a windfall of money. What they're saying is that there might not be as much as what you first thought. Okay, so I do apologise for that message. That's just what Spirit's saying, but never mind. So Cancer, let's see what the first card you have. What did you want from me? Okay, now it's going to be reversed on this screen, but what did you want from me? Question mark. We will clarify these cards for you. Cancer, any other messages for Cancer that you've got coming up, please? Anything that you want the sign of Cancer to know? I don't really know you. So it's kind of like I don't really know who you are, okay, at this moment. What did you want from me? I don't really know who you are. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Do you know this person at all? Like, have you got any idea who this person is? Okay, or is it just the fact that you're kind of getting to know someone here? Messages for Cancer. Let's see, any messages for Cancer? We are not right for each other. So there is this energy here where nothing is kind of coming together what you first thought that it might do. I wondered how far this would go. There really just seemed like this underlining energy around you at the moment, Cancer, where it's kind of like that you might be interested in a person or something like that, and it's kind of like it wasn't what you first thought. Like, it wasn't, there wasn't anything in it. There isn't a connection here. Okay, but what did you want from me? Why does Cancer have what did you want from me? Why does Cancer have what did you want from me? What is that concerning? 5 of Wands in reverse. So it could have been a Sagittarius or a Taurus or a Life Path 5. Now, these can be family, it can be work also, okay? But, like, it's kind of like this, what did you want? Why did you start arguing? What did you want from me in the first place? Just to provoke me and start an argument? Why would you do that? What was the point in starting an argument? Okay? So it feels like this, like I said, some of you, I'm thinking this is family. This came out in another reading in exactly the same position in reverse. Kind of like that. Like I said, it could be family, but like, what did you want? Why did you come and just start an argument? Why raise your voice? Okay, so it would be also like not wanting to participate in people that think very negatively also. I don't really know you. What is this? I don't really know you. 2 of Cups. So is it where you've got a connection with this person, but you think that you have, or they do? It's like, I think I've got a connection, but I don't have a connection. And it's kind of like, well, I don't know you. Like, that would be the explanation. Well, I don't even know you. Like, I don't know you from Adam and Eve, or Steve, or Sarah, or Sassy, or Sandra. But like Adam and Eve, that would be also a Gemini or a Capricorn placement. but like, I don't even know you. Like, so what would make you think that we have a connection? Well, I do. Yeah, it doesn't mean I do, though. So it's kind of like one of you may have a connection, but the other one doesn't. Okay. And that's trying to force a person to realise that we have a connection, but we don't. And I think these top cards here are probably mixed up with both of you, where there may not even be any communication. Like, it's just confusion. What did you want? You know, why would you have a Two of Cups with me and then suddenly start fucking arguing with me and having a go and blah, 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 and so on and so forth? So why would you do that? Okay. So I don't even know who you are. So why would you do that? It's kind of like where a soulmate suddenly starts having a go at a person before they even know someone. And they're kind of like, why would you do that? I don't even know who the hell you are, lady. So, you know, I don't know. It's a very bizarre message. We are not right for each other. We are not right for each other. Cancerian. So it could be you guys that have said this to this person. Well, it could be like Sagittarius, Taurus. You know, it might be. But, you know, whichever way around it is, it's someone that may be getting really aggressive and frustrated the fact that someone won't accept the fact that they have a connection with a person. And they try to force the person, saying, well, this is how I feel. And you're kind of like, well, that's not how I feel. You know, you might. Sure, granted, you can have that feeling, but that doesn't mean that I have that same feeling for you. It's not reciprocated. Okay, so someone here, when you go through soulmate situations, it's kind of like, no, I know you're my soulmate. I know that you're my soulmate, and I know that you're playing games. And you're kind of like, no, I'm not. I'm actually not. This is a Michael Douglas game. This is playing games. And it's like, no, I don't have the connection that you might. Okay. So it's someone that's trying to move away, not towards. Okay, so it's like they're not committing to the Two of Cups. But the trouble is, guys, is that no matter who's watching, like cross-watchers alike or whoever, you can't make a person have a connection just because you or the other person does. You can't do that, you know. Well, you can try, but it doesn't work. You know, and it's kind of like this, how am I going to get through to this person to make them realise that we have a soul connection? But the other person doesn't have that. Now, I've had people in the past that have had these connections, okay, and they drive 10,000 mile an hour at a person because they're with someone else. I've seen my twin flame, and I drove at them really quickly, and they ducked out the way and tried to avoid me. Probably, yeah, because someone could have gone slightly mad over the fact that I've got this twin flame soulmate, and I've got this connection, and I know that you're the one, but the other one's kind of like, no, I don't feel that way the same as what you do, you know, here. That's what I said, like, you know, in the pick a card readings that I did, there was this energy of people that were overdoing it and losing their mind because they're waking up and they have a connection with a person, trying to force the other person to have a connection that doesn't want it, you know. That's you going through extreme control issues there, you know, or they are. That's your trigger. You see, sevens are known as a trigger, okay, because they run, they go the opposite way, and it's kind of like, don't you walk away from me without admitting something. It's going to be like a parenting thing also. Someone that doesn't pay attention to negative energy or fights or flight. This is like, what, you're going to stay and fight for me, or are you just going to go? I'm just going to go. Like, I don't want to, you know, don't walk away from me. Don't just turn your back on me and go somewhere else. I need you to sit and listen to this. And you're like, fuck that. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to sit and listen to all of the disappointment or the complaints that you have to make about me? Why would I even bother doing all of that? If you're going to get aggressive, then that's not love. That's showing signs of like, what is matter? You know, what the hell is, why, what do you want? You know, why come at me like that? What do you want here? So, you know, I wondered how far this would go. So it's kind of like that, yeah. It's kind of like that. I wondered how far this would, I wondered how long it would be before what I was trying to give you isn't enough. Like, you know, Virgo energy sometimes can mean 9, okay? So it can mean like, I keep trying to explain to you, I keep trying to give to you, I keep trying to tell you, but you're not listening, okay? And that I told you, and I told you, and I told you, and I told you time and time again. And all you've done is more research on twin flames and soulmates, trying to get through to me where you've overdone it. You've gone too much, okay? You've worried about it, and you've actually scared an energy off by negative thoughts, by thinking very negatively. Okay, so I've been pushing an energy of negativity out upon this Two of Cups to make them realise I don't like it when you don't stay around very long listening to my complaints and demands, that you're actually not doing something right. Okay, that's an individual. That's trying to control an individual's life. Okay, like I said, man, this doesn't have to be your love life. It could be something that's going on at work or your family here. But, you know, this could be like a relationship and someone's kind of like, why the fuck all of a sudden would you just have a go at me for no reason? Now, you could be saying, well, there is a reason, but this person doesn't understand that. Okay, and it's kind of like, oh, there you go. I wondered how long it would be before the dragon kind of suddenly starts to flip out at me and starts snapping at my heels, you know, here, and complaining that I'm not doing something right. So tell me more about this Five of Wands in reverse, because that's avoiding. That's someone that can get more angry that someone doesn't stay around long enough in order to listen to what they have to say. But again, that's an avoidance and a closed off tactic. Okay. So, I mean, it could be jealousy. It could be anything. I don't know. Five of Wands. Excuse me. Why does Cancerian have this Five of Wands? Because of Sagittarian energy. Well, Sagittarius, Aries or Leo, but Queen of Wands is normally an open fire sign of Sagittarius for me. Okay, so it's kind of like I'm going to release the Kraken on you and tell you exactly what I think. But the person closed down. You forced a person to run. Okay. And then you get, guys, maybe, but then you get this, oh, that's it. Don't sit back and just accept the responsibility that you're responsible for your own actions, young man. You need to start taking more responsibility of what you're doing. You need to stay put and listen to what I've got to say. And you're kind of like, bruv, what the fuck? Yeah, like, you know, just show me the door. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. Eight of Wands. So again, the communication was more of, why the hell would you sit and complain? You're supposed to love me. Okay, if you love me, you would support me in every endeavour that I do, whether it's good or whether it's a bad choice that I make. Whatever it is, you would appreciate the fact that I may have made a mistake or I may not have made a mistake. But like I said, man, y'all could be dealing with someone that cheats. Okay, well, you're not supposed to put up with that. Okay, but so you're not supposed to want them back, right? Here. So, like I said, it depends on your story. But this really could be a mother. This could be a mother, right? Here. Someone that complains at a person for no reason at all, because a person doesn't stay around long enough listening to all of the, I'm really fucking annoyed, you're such a disappointment in life, here. And wonders why a Cancerian energy here, or Life Path 7, doesn't stay around to listen to the gobbledygook that may just be fabricated here. It might be someone's own insecurities. They have insecurities about being left alone and they don't like it. They don't like being left in the dark and not knowing answers. Virgo energy, maybe. I don't like it when you don't communicate with me constantly all the time to let me know where you are, where you're going, when you're going out, when you're coming home. Where have you been? What time are you coming home? Why are you working so much? Okay, what other priorities of your life do you have other than me? Well, I have my own life to lead as well. Yeah, but we're married. That doesn't mean that I can still not lead my own life. Okay. Yeah, but I don't like being left alone. I don't like being left in the dark. I don't like not knowing what you're doing. It's a little bit like a child, right? Where you give I don't know, say a 10-year-old, right? You got a 10-year-old child, right? And you give them a phone, okay? And you're like, right, okay. So I'm going to give you this new mobile phone and it's going to have a tracking on your phone, okay? So I know where you're going and whether you're seeing a boyfriend or a girlfriend. And I don't want you seeing and I don't want you dating this person. And I don't want you going where you're going. I'm going to give you a phone, but I'm going to know where you're going at all times so I can keep track of where you are. This could be a track and trace system of the police here. I'm just letting you know. But kind of like these strict rules that a person has to abide by, okay? And like, I've given you a phone and I know where you're going to be at all times. And I want you to check in with me and let me know that you've arrived and that you're also not going to be staying too late. I need you to let me know that you've left, and I need to let you know that when you get home. That kind of strictness, like that kind of like every move that I make is analysed, it's gone over what I'm doing, where you're not actually concentrating on what you're doing, you're more concentrated on me. Okay, so it's like this suffocating energy of fear of engulfment. Fear of abandonment and rejection, fear of engulfment, don't like being tied down. Okay. We are not right for each other, and that's coming from you, Cancer, the Chariot. I can feel a cross-watcher getting more angry here. I can. But like I said, man, it's probably not best to cross-watch your partner because it might not mean that, you know. It might not, you know. What's there in Michael here? But anyway, might not. Something also around a Pisces, and if I say not, you say Pisces swinging on a tree. So we are not right for each other. Now, there could just be a general, okay, letdown, which just means that there's a parting of ways on an amicable level. Okay, if any of you are very amicable, Five of Wands is just a very minor little kind of like, nah, never mind, you know. It's all right, I don't mind. You know, if you guys can be amicable, it's kind of like that. The Five of Wands is a very minute little discussion, but sometimes it's a very big major one, okay, depending on the response of the other person, okay. But there's this kind of energy that's, well, I don't really know you anyway, like, to be honest with you. And it was a very brief encounter, yeah. You know, what did we come together for? Well, there was a reason why we ended up coming together, but, you know, we don't really know each other, so, you know, the relationship is possibly not there, okay. And that we're really not actually right for each other as a relationship, maybe friends, but not as a relationship here, okay? That would be a very amicable way of dealing with a person of, if this is just a very minor thing, okay? But like I said, there's two substances here. There's someone that's already in some kind of like forceful mood, and I think that might come from like a parent energy, and the actual love energy is kind of showing me that someone new may have showed up, but it isn't quite what the person wanted. The connection really didn't take hold. There is kind of love here, but it's, we are not right for each other for a relationship here. So even though the Queen of Cups is here, it's just suggesting that this is a water sign that is giving off the energy of like, well, I couldn't really see things really working out much anyway, to be honest with you. I couldn't see the connection being lasting that long as what it did, okay? So it's a little bit like a momentarily type sort of connection that someone could have had. You had a brief encounter with this person and things turned around and you kind of like come out of like a retrograde phase, maybe under the illusion of Neptune that was kind of present, and then suddenly you kind of had this, whoop, there goes Rabbity, oops, there goes, and it's kind of like, yeah, it didn't quite take. The energy of the Two of Cups didn't quite come together here. Okay. And then you see you get this, I wondered how far this would go with the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is the Ace of Wands. I don't think it's a major outcome. I think at the beginning I was making more of a mountain out of a molehill, because I think this is a very strict parent here that's dealing with a person that's very, you know, what did you want from me? I really don't know you. We are not right each other, which means that basically I really don't know you means that I do know you, but I really don't know you at this minute because you're not acting fucking, you know, you're really not acting like you should be. So if you want communication with me, stop acting like that, you know, because I don't really know you at this point, because you're not acting from a decent frame of mind. So it's a little bit like giving someone time to settle down, maybe not be so standoffish, give them a little bit of breathing space, okay, and then realise it's probably not the best time in order for me to raise this issue at the moment and talk about it. That kind of energy, right? And then it's like I wondered how far this would go before we could actually speak and reach out. And it can also be this making up energy as well, like on a very moderate level. If there isn't such a big argument here, it's more than like someone has maybe got together with a person here and they've been discussing, like if we take these cards out of the scenario at the top here, It feels like that we just had a little bit of a discussion. We started speaking about the terms and conditions of relationships, what went wrong in it, how can we fix the Two of Cups to go back into a relationship, how can we work on this, you know, amicable people really, you know, and how can we do that because I love you and I want to kind of, I actually want to work on this, and then the opportunity is kind of there. And the Nine of Swords in reverse is more of like that, we're kind of talking to each other at night and also in the morning as well. When I wake up in the morning, we kind of like, good morning dear, you're right, what have you been, oh, I had a dream last night about you. Oh really? Yeah, what was that? Yeah, something phallic, you got your dick out and so on and so forth. You're like, oh nice, Kushti, was it alright? You're like, yeah. Right, so it's kind of like this game, like this couple that may be getting back together here or are together here. That's avoiding those two top card, the top layer of dark cards there, Cancer. Yeah, I can kind of see that now also when I'm not looking at the you know, when the reading's finished, basically, I can start to see a couple here that are actually working on a relationship. This could still be a parenting thing here, of a parent that gets very strict around their kids maybe, and then this energy here is more of this reconciliation and this talk and this discussion between these couple here. Like I said, this could be an individual on the outset here. This could be someone that's on the outset, and this set of cards is coming from like Life Path 7 Cancerian or another person, where this is the person that may have been like this Two of Cups. And this discussion is, oh, I wondered how long it would be before you got back with your ex, or I wondered how long it would be before you found someone that was right for you, because we wasn't right in a relationship and it wasn't really going anywhere. Top set of cards, wasn't really going anywhere, and I wondered how long it would be before you actually got back into this situation trying to work it out with another person. Okay, so that's giving someone your blessings here on a good karmic level, giving someone your blessings and I wish you well along your journey to be with this person because I let you go, because there was something here that may not have worked out here, and the discussion is, oh, I'm really pleased for you here. I wondered how long it would be before you got back into this circumstance here. If this person also remains very annoyed, okay, and starts getting very aggressive, it wouldn't really be on the best interest for this person to be very so judgmental of an energy here, judgmental. Because when you're judgmental, that's not good karmic energy to put out into the universe, that you're not actually happy for a couple that may be happy. Okay, so that isn't really on your best interest really here. But it's up to you whether you take it. I don't feel that there's major issues here anyway. So there you go, Cancer. There's your free reading. If you would like your weekly reading, that is what really helps me out on this channel. If you guys would consider joining Patreon. There are 3 different tiers at all different prices. But if you would like your weekly ones where they are now, okay, you will need the silver tier or the gold tier. The gold tier just has all of the teaching videos and stuff that I've constantly done over the months and whatnot and put over there, and then constantly others that are put, you know, consistently added over there at different times. So that's teaching stuff, and that's all the answers and questions to what a lot of people always ask me and whatnot, channeling, reading cards, and everything is over there. So take a look if you like, but all links are provided below. Thanks very much, Cancer. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.